Good evening, students of Strayer University. This is Professor Nguyen coming to you virtually to meet and greet you so we can see face to face. I want to give you instructional guidance on what you need to do for week 5. So week 5 is a very busy week because if you have not completed your assignment number 1, you are a little bit behind. So I want to give you guidance on what you need to do. So week 5, we have 3 tasks: discussion question, quiz 5, and the second written assignment. The second written assignment focuses on target market segment. So the topic for this assignment aligned with the discussing question, aligned with quiz number 5. So I posted a sample of each task in the course announcements already. So make sure that you access Blackboard and your iCampus so you can access these items that's already uploaded for you to view, for you to use as a guidance. So for our week 5 discussion question, it focuses on what company do you believe has a great understanding of its target market. So you can list Walmart, Target, Amazon, Strain University, whatever company you can think of. If you have an existing company that you work for, you can use your existing company, or if you own a business, you can use your own business. So when you're trying to understand the target market, you need to make sure that not everyone is a target, okay? So when you say, I want to include everybody in the market, you are too broad. You need to be specific. Who will be your primary? Who will be your secondary target markets? When you're able to brainstorm your target market, you'll be able to list 2 things that businesses can do to attract these targets. So be aware that not everyone is a target market, okay? So when you're trying to identify who will be your target market, you need to conduct a market research. So when you conduct a market research, you need to focus on the location. Where will your business be? If it is a physical location, so if it is an online platform, then you don't have to worry about the location, but you need to be aware how whether or not your online will come up to those top 10 or top 20 search when consumers go online and input search for certain thing, and then Google or Bing or Yahoo will bring up the first 20 search items on your screen. So you need to be able to do that. Focus on the demographics, the age, racial background, income level, gender. Those are the demographics, okay? Focus on the psychographics. The psychographics will be like, okay, so what are the values that they want? What value proposition will your products or services give to the potential buyers? Look at what hobbies do they like to do? Look at the trends, the current trends, current industry, the economic shifts. Like we currently are in a pandemic, so majority of the businesses have shifted to online. So then you need to be able to look at the market shift, the habits of the consumer, their personality, their motivation, what motivates them to buy certain thing. And you also have to look at the competitors. This is a very important. You need to be able to know what the competitors are doing right now to attract the customers. Because remember, you are not the only one who's trying to get a piece of, trying to get their money, because the market is for everybody to get the consumers. So you need to be mindful of these factors. And then when you want to find out what consumer want, you might want to conduct a survey, okay? Or you might want to think, okay, what are the benefits of the products? What are the benefits of the service that you can offer to the consumer versus you can say, okay, these have this, that. By identifying the feature of your product, the feature of your service might not be enough. You have to specifically identify the benefits, how beneficial are your products and services uh, to the needs, to the interests of the consumers. All right. So you need to focus on this when you're trying to discuss um, two things, two things that company do well or they can do better to attract their client. Okay. So for example, consumer um, satisfaction or consumer information. These are the two things that company can provide to consumers. So they be able to see what's going on. They be able to feel satisfied when they buy the products. Okay. Um, and then you have to identify your primary target. So who will be your primary target? Who will be your secondary target? Okay. So make sure that you look at the question and specifically address the question. All right. Um, then do quiz number 5. Quiz number 5 includes questions about the target markets. And I posted the notes for you to use to take quiz number 5. And now, then let's focus on the second written assignment. So the second written assignment is the target market, all right? So as you can see in the instruction asks that you write 1 to 2 pages. You want to be smart, write 1 page. Make sure that it's inclusive of both primary and secondary targets. So you have an option. You can write 1 or 1 to 2 pages, all right? Where you have to identify the primary target. Why are you choosing the primary target? What they will do for you, how you will generate revenues from the primary target, and how will your business models align with your primary target. The same thing goes to your secondary. So once you have exhausted the primary target, you need your secondary target because you need to make sure that your business is ongoing. Okay, otherwise you have to have a contingency plan where you have to exit the business. So it is important that you discuss both primary and secondary target. And our learning outcome for this paper focuses on justifying the target segments for a specific business. So whatever business that you have in mind, remember you wrote this in the assignment homework for week number 1. You wrote about the assignment topic. You wrote about the business model. Now your second plan is the target market. Remember, you are putting the pieces together, the pieces of the puzzle together as one final business plan in week number 10. So you did plan 1, you did part 1, now you're doing part 2. Part 2 focuses on the target market segment. So I posted the sample paper and the template for you to use. Go to the course announcement, click on these 2 items, you will see them are already prepared for you. Too easy. See this now. As long as you continue to be a stressed student, you need to make sure that you have a cover page whenever you submit an academic written assignment. So you need to have one. And the cover page is 1 page of its own. So you need to have 1 page, the first page. Then you go to the next page, that's where you start writing. Okay, so I already designed this. You just have to change your name. And now you can see here, this is my paper. Now, your cover page doesn't count. What counts is your content page. This is 1 page, but you need to include the cover page here. So I already provided the sample paper where I included 2 paragraphs. The first paragraph is my introduction. This is where I will discuss what is my business concept and how I will integrate the primary target and the secondary target into the business, so I can generate as much revenue as I possibly can. All right. And then my second paragraph, I discuss about my primary and secondary target market. So as you can see here, I include my primary target. All right. And I integrate the young people. These are my secondary target. So as you can see here, so you can use my paper as an example to guide you how to write this paper. So again, it is imperative that you focus on the secondary and the primary on your paper. All right. So look at how I format my paper, cover page. All right. I'm trying to avoid run-on sentences, trying to avoid making sure that your sentence is complete. You have to have a subject and a verb. And before you start writing, make sure that you indent. The first sentence of each paragraph has to indent. Okay, so you need to make sure you do that. All right. Be cognizant that each paragraph has about a minimum of 4 complete sentences that describe a topic idea. All right. So by all means necessary, contact me if you have questions. Otherwise, good luck. And I hope you turn in the assignment with confidence and contact me if you need. This is Professor Nguyen.